This is the MLW Radio Network. This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace world and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
So let's do the third portion of the show.
Part 3.
Yeah. Hey, this is why you got to go to patreon.com/mindandmeanie because we had a whole show before we even started recording. And
lots of good shit left in the hallway, as Meanie would say.
Oh, I definitely shit in many a hallways, but
dude, that fart sounded like you shit in the hallway. Did you shit on your bedroom floor, or what happened, man?
Should I play? Let me open
World exclusive.
Yeah, well, now I have a fart folder on my computer. Hold on. Fart stereo mix number 6. Let me say.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Shh. You hear my footsteps? Oh, man.
So good, dude. It's so good. Those farts
literally
never get old,
starting
man.
off with a bang.
Starting off with a brown note. Thank you all for joining us today. Shout out to the Pod Squad. Thank you all for joining us as well each and every week. We appreciate it. Seriously, if you're not subscribed, if you're not our patron on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up right now. You get all kinds of good shit, including exclusive first listens on the new Meanie Farts, which I feel like pays for itself, man. Yeah, I feel like that is the...
Yeah, we had a whole show for our Patreon folks before we even got on.
I thought Liam called us Savages, which I feel like is definitely a good name. Like it's definitely like we could probably incorporate that into the show open, like Peace World and Welcome You Savages. Yeah. You godless heathens. You know, I like it. I think it's good. Yeah. There's 141 and 2/3% chance that happens next week. But Meanie, it is great to see you as always, my friend. How are you? How are things going?
I'm good. I avoided being hacked this week.
Crazy, right? I wasn't the only one that was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, like a whole bunch of us pro wrestlers got hacked. And I almost fell for the bait because I got a DM. Well, first of all, like everybody's like, oh, wrestlers almost got hacked because they want free shoes. There's people out there who do custom shoes for the boys. Like I have a buddy right now who's making me a custom pair of BWO Air Force Ones. And
ooh, man.
Yeah, go to GOI Kicks on Twitter. He makes shoes for Edge, Shane Helms, all these people. He's legit. He makes legit custom sneakers. And he's doing a BWO set for me, Stevie and Nova. So I get a DM from my buddy AC Romero, and not to throw him under the bus, but he got hacked, which sucks.
Right.
It wasn't him doing it. So somebody hacked his account and they hit me up. And I was like, oh, AC's hit me up. What's going on? Hey, man, how would you like some free shoes? You had me at free. Much to the disgust, or not disgust, but dismay of Mrs. Meanie. I accept too many free things. I'm like a stray pet, just...
Stray pet.
Yeah, I'm a stray... Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. You don't need that. She's like, for every shirt you accept, you have to give 2 to Goodwill. I'm just like, all right.
If it helps, Meanie, Courtney, my wife, is the same way. She is like, you have entirely too many T-shirts. And I'm like, I don't need you to tell me how to live. And I promise I'll get rid of some.
Behind every man is a good woman rolling her eyes. So I was like, yeah, what's up, man? To AC, thinking I was AC. And then he's like, oh, just got to follow his account. Click on this link, and then just like the whole thing. I'm reading it. I'm like, man, this sounds like copy and paste type shit. And so I copied the Twitter account that they told me to follow, and there's a whole bunch of people going fake as fuck. Where's my shoes? I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't click on this link. I'm not
probably not a good idea.
I'm not a smart man. I'm okay, but like I'm smart.
You're a smart dude, man.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're a smart dude.
I'm all right. I'm not book smart, maybe more street smart, but I knew. I was like, man, this sounds like copy and paste stuff. Like somebody's just copy and paste it and posting it in here.
Right.
So I find that, what gave it away, Tay Conti from
right.
AEW was on Twitter just calling them the fuck out, like, these motherfuckers are fake, So I was like, oh, cool. So what I did was I started, instead of blasting them out publicly, I just texted all the boys that I knew or I had in my phone. Hey, I was like, hey, if you get a tweet from this, account, it's a fucking hacker. Don't fucking click it. I sent it to a bunch of the boys. And then I DM'd a bunch of the boys. Hey, don't trust this link. And then it started leaking out that, a lot of the boys got, who got hacked from AEW, the Murder Hawk.
Right.
He got hacked.
I can't remember. It's crazy, man.
My memory's such shit anymore. A bunch of the boys got hacked. And, of course, a bunch of people took glee in that. Oh, they got hacked.
It's so fun. Everything is so funny. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I bet if somebody fucking came to you with a fucking offer for fucking free Clearasil, you'd fucking take it, you fucking jerk.
But it's not even just that though. Like yes, probably because they're in their mom's basement, Blue Meanie got hacked. Yeah. But it's also like, do you know how easy it is for people to create something like that?
Yeah.
Do you know how easy it is? And also these guys are so great mug, by the way. We're looking at a Nightmare Before Christmas mug. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I know things.
Mrs. Meanie's Mama Maru gave that to me.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love it. But it's so easy for people to create the stuff and make it look realistic. Like Courtney, my wife, we got hacked. I think it was 2017. We got hacked into her PayPal account. Oof. And they took like $700 from our bank account. And it was something like that was literally attached in an email that looked like something that came from like her health insurance, right? She's like, I have no, and honestly, God, it was like this super benign thing that was like copy and pasted, just like a screen on the health insurance, and it was unbelievable.
So and
we ended up getting the money back, but still, that shit happens. I have a hard time with people who just take such joy in other people's misery. It's just like, just fuck off. I don't know.
Whatever happened to? Oh man, that's a shame that happened. But everybody's like, oh. But I got something similar happened to me. Somebody texted me the other day. Your such and such bank account needs attention. I'm like looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it, and I have this gimmick on my phone where I can look up phone numbers. So I look up the phone number, and it's like this guy, Steve, in Michigan, sending me this text. It gave me his name, it gave me his address, and I just replied, no, it's not Steve. Just replied, no, it ain't Steven, and it said his last name. And then, I'm sure the guy, got the text back and went, oh. Motherfucker trying to scam me.
Yeah, not going to happen, pal. Not going to happen. Yeah. Again, I don't take any pleasure in anybody having any kind of misfortune like that, especially when they lose their accounts. I know Bray Wyatt lost his account for quite some time after he was hacked. The most famous one that I can remember, though, is Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn's account, he had a Twitter account for, I think, only a couple months before he passed.
Oh, man.
And I can't remember when it was, but someone got into his account and was retweeting and tweeting a lot of weird shit. Like, just met Tupac, great guy. And everybody was having this great laugh about it. And it was like, guys, this is really fucked up. Like, this is really, because if you think about it, right?
Right, that's fucked.
People who are friends with Dunn, like I know I have friends who've passed who have social media accounts and messages that are in there. I don't want people reading that shit. You know what I mean? Like imagine, or like a family member is sending a message to somebody who's passed Facebook or Twitter, like I know people are like, oh, Adam's so sensitive. It's like, that's not the point. I just, that kind of shit just makes me nuts. But I am glad that the Blue Meanie's Twitter account didn't get overtaken, which is fantastic.
Well, they gave you an option for, click on this link, sign in with Google, sign in with Instagram, or sign in with Twitter. And I was like, ooh, I ain't signing in with my fucking Twitter.
Yeah, no way.
And I'm not signing in with anything. That's when I started fucking looking up the shit. It's like,
not going to happen, man.
Yeah. Another reason why to be on patreon.com/Blue Meanie, you can both admire me and Mr. Barnard getting sunlight in our face.
It's just every time I love that we're in the same like region because you can see it shining and like you can't like I'm like basically look like Casper right now. I look like Seamus coming out of the curtain.
You look like
it's hard.
You look like Hakushi's manager. I can't think of his fucking
what the hell was his name?
I don't know. White face, beard.
I'm over here trying to get this fucking curtain to sit on it. Oh man! But what else is going on, man? What else is shaking in your world today, man?
Oh man, just waiting for the playoffs. The Eagles are in the playoffs, and I'm cautiously optimistic. As
you should be with anything Philadelphia sports.
I'm afraid
you should
to say,
always be.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say anything right now because I know the show drops the day after the game, where I can either look really smart or really fucking stupid. So, but I'm cautious. I think that look, Tom Brady's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Behind Joe Montana, because Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl, but and he's a PA boy. I have to put over Joe Montana.
You have to, yeah.
Anybody from Pennsylvania, I put you over. Philly, I'll fucking put a rocket up your ass and shoot you to the moon. But or the Philly region, I got civic pride, unlike other members of the BWO who root for the Cowboys, but.
What?
Well, one.
He's banished. He's in the green room now with Al Snow forever. Yeah. He's never. The only difference is he's never coming out.
Have we replenished the green room?
We did. Yeah, we gave some dog food. We got some gravy train. Yeah, some gravy train. Yeah. What happens is when you put the water on the gravy train, it creates like a gravy mix. So it's not just like protein, but it's also like liquid. So he should be fine for at least like the next 3 to 4 weeks.
You gave Al Snow.
He should be good.
You gave Al Snow dog food?
Should I not have done? Should I? Would that be? Is that bad?
He's going to be anymore. In 2 weeks he'll be licking his balls. I mean,
look, man. Hey, whatever he wants to do in the green room is completely, it's his choice. It's his prerogative. I would be impressed actually if he could reach that far. The flexibility in a way to get to his nutsack with his tongue would be just absolutely incredible.
There's a joke. I was this close to the best blowjob of my life, and then I fell off the couch and broke my neck. I was this close to the best blowjob of my life, and then my back gave out.
It sounds like those rumors that used to go around back in the day with Marilyn Manson removing a rib so he could blow himself.
Yeah.
Imagine believing that now.
No.
But no, I mean, look, it's I'm always hesitant to like be excited for any Philly sports team. Like I didn't believe that the Phillies were going to win the 08 series until they won the 08 series. Right. I just, I'm a conscious, it's a conscious effort not to get too excited because then you won't be let down. But before we started recording, we were talking about this incredible clothing company that I'm wearing one of the shirts. I'm wearing one of their shirts in the photo of Meanie and I. It's called Heavy Slime. And every year they do this hilarious shirt for, the Eagles. And it says, ready for pain and suffering. And it'll say, Dallas sucks. In the logo on the shirt. So I actually have one this year, but give them a follow on Instagram. They're fucking incredible. They're at Heavy Slime. And then if you're in the Patreon group, I put a link in there for one of the shirts that Meanie and I were talking about in the initial hallway episode of Mind of the Meanie, which I'm not going to give it away because you'll have to go and sign up to find it. So
yes,
but yeah, every year I try to pick one of those up, and it's always a good time. But I also have something I was going to show you. Let me reach up and grab it. Hold on one second.
Hey, this is a family show.
Keep it in your pants, pal.
Yeah.
I have this, which I got. Let me see what date it is. July 29th of 2000. Can you see that?
Harry the K.
Harry Callis. Yeah, this is one of my favorite like sports memorabilia things. It used to play. It has batteries in here. I can't get it to open anymore.
Son of a bitch.
Or to turn on. So I got to figure out if there's a way for me to like, maybe open the bottom and get in there to put batteries in. But yeah, get like, it's a home run. He would do the whole call and shit. It's pretty cool, man.
For those outside of Philly, everybody knows Harry Callis from the voice of NFL films. So like when he passed, I was like, I was really fucking rocked.
Yeah.
That was the voice of my, there's a couple people who were the voices of my childhood, Harry Callis, Merrill Reese, and then,
oh yeah, Merrill Reese.
Then there's, the Gordon Solleys and stuff like that. Just the classic fucking voice. And Harry Callis, you can walk down the street anywhere in South Philly or South Jersey during the summer when I was a kid, and people will have their windows open, and you can hear Harry Callis calling the game as you walk down the block because everybody had the game when everybody had Harry's voice. But, that ball's out of here, out of here. He had that deep voice. But
I'm pulling him up right now because it's been so long since I've heard a Harry Callis call. Yeah. I'm going to pull it up right now so we can enjoy it together. Let me see.
3-2 pitch, swinging a long drive.
So good, man. Here it is. Oh, now this one will get you, Meanie. Here you go.
Here we go.
Hopefully there's no ads here. Oh, it's muted. Don't worry. We're not going to get dinged again. Harry Callis was arguably the best, the best play caller in baseball forever. And I can recall, being at my grandparents' house and every Sunday we'd be watching a game and Harry would be calling it. And it's funny, if you're a Philly fan, if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I'm sure Meanie can attest to this.
Yes.
Anytime they're playing the game, you turn off the television sound and you put on Merrill Reese.
Yep.
On the radio. And that's how you watch the game in Philadelphia. And if anybody who doesn't watch it that way, you quickly correct them and go, put fucking Merrill Reese on right now. It's a travesty.
It's to the point where the cable company, our local cable company in Philly, it's 94 WIP. They do the Eagles audio. They purposely sync together. It might take like a couple plays for them to get it right. But then, they work in conjunction with each other. So people in Philadelphia can listen to the radio feed as they watch the TV feed. It's a beautiful thing,
It's cool, man. And again, it's like Merrill Reese is one of those people. Like for me, like growing up, it was Harry Callis, Merrill Reese, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan. Like those guys were just like.
I'm blanking on the Flyers' name. Gene Hart.
Gene Hart. Yep.
Gene Hart was a great one.
Man, if you never had the experience of going to a game at the Spectrum or at the Vet, like. It's unexplainable, right? Yeah. It's just such a cool experience. But this is actually the call that Harry Callis made when the Phillies won the series.
Yep.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball. Brad Lynch does it again and stays perfect for the 2008 season. 48 for 48 in save opportunities, and let the city celebrate.
Every time I hear that audio, I get the chills up my neck from when they won. Like it was just such a magic experience. Like I wish I could.
Well, here's the
thing
with Harry. The Phillies won the World Series in 1980, and he wasn't allowed to call the game.
Really?
Because they wanted national announcers. So any broadcast you hear of Harry Callis was redone in the studio well after the World Series. So for Harry Callis to call the finish of the 2008 World Series, they purposely, And there's video of him doing the final out.
Yeah.
They purposely, everybody around him to shut up. And you can see his co-host, Chris Wheeler, like going crazy in the background, but not saying anything into the mic because he didn't want to step on Harry's call. And the thing that's like sad and poetic about it is like Harry died like not too long after he got to make that final call. It's like almost his whole purpose in life was to make that final call. And then the beginning of the 2009 series.
I think his last game was the April 29th, if I recall correctly, because I think he fell over right after that game.
He called the Phillies Denver game.
That's what it was.
And they went to Washington, and he passed away in the booth before the Washington Nationals game. I know exactly where I was. It was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and they all the TV stations of Philly broke through. To announce that he had passed away. And
it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's just such a special thing to be a part of. Like, I don't know. Maybe you feel like this, and maybe I don't know if anybody else does, but I always feel like it's just such a special thing to be a part of, like Philadelphia.
Yeah,
like there's just something cool to be a part of this city and a part of the history that belongs here with all this cool shit that we have. You know, it's just I don't know. I feel like I don't know if any other city in the world has things like that.
Oh well, the whole country was.
I'm sure,
here,
but it's just there's something special, very special about the city. But Harry Callis, man. I remember watching and hearing the news reports that he had died and just being like, oh my God, like you never think about like even Bob Saget, right? Bob Saget just died this week.
Oh my God.
And you never,
let's talk about that.
You never expect to hear these kind of things, because like there's two certainties in life, which are death and taxes, but like you never expect to hear that like Harry Callis drops dead or Bob Saget is dead. It's this like totally weird thing. And as I get older, I have a much harder time with a much harder ability to like process time in general,
Here's the thing. They said, God, man, Bob Saget passed away at the age of 65. I went, he was 65? He didn't look it. He did not look 65. And another thing, Bob Saget from the Philly area, he grew up in Abington, which is, maybe 20 minutes outside of Philly, maybe. Mm-hmm. Huge Eagles fan, huge Philly sports fan. Loved Philly. But yeah, holy shit. Talk about, and that's funny because I call Ian Riccaboni the Bob Saget of pro wrestling because he looks so clean and wholesome. But, you have a one-on-one conversation, he'll slip one by and you go, oh, wait, what did you just say?
Whoa, what did you say? Yeah.
Ian. Just.
Whoa.
Yeah, pump the fucking brakes here. But Bob fucking Saget, man. Holy shit. That really stunned me. That stunned me to the point where I was sitting on my couch. We were watching football, me and Mrs. Meanie. And she went to the kitchen to do something, and I just went, hold on, out loud. Yeah. I just went, hold on. And she went, what? Because I have certain reactions. She knows me. We've been together 16 years. She knows all my reactions. I went, what? Hold on. And she's like, what? It's like, let me see if this is real first.
Yeah, let me confirm. Yep. Because you always take things on TMZ with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, mostly.
If there's a pet peeve to celebrity deaths, it's always, oh, so and so died, and you post rest in peace, and people go, "What's your source?"
Yeah,
source. Yeah, like I have a direct line to a relative or something,
Right.
But
right.
TMZ, you take it with a little grain of salt, but, usually there's a reason why they're TMZ and they get the fucking scoop first,
Yeah.
But, I reacted and I was like, oh my God, this is real. And I started seeing the reactions and, there's stages to it. And it's like, holy shit, this can't be right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now I got to go watch Dirty Work, because
What a classic, though, man! What a classic flick. If you anybody like, you gotta watch Dirty Work. It's just such a good movie. Man.
It's an amazing movie.
It's so many quotable lines of that movie, man. Good.
My favorite scene in Dirty Work, when they're in the house and Norm and Artie are sitting there holding the two fish, and two guys break into the house, and this whole fucking scene breaks off camera, and they're just standing there with the two fish in their hands, not reacting, just frozen in time,
just no selling the shit out of it. Yeah, it was such a good movie.
That and the Don Rickles, scenes. Hello, ice cream. You having fun in there?
Are you having fun in there? Yeah.
And Norm Connor.
Just do everybody a favor and leave everyone alone forever.
Not Norm Connors. Norm Macdonald legit busts out laughing at Don Rickles in the scene, and they just left it in the movie because it was genuine.
I think that's the genius of Norm Macdonald, though, is the fact that how he deadpanned everything. He's on the phone and he's just yeah, it's me, Neil. Hello, real cops? Stop, dude. I'm fucking so good, man. One of these days I'll do my Chris Farley impression here, but I used to walk into the bar and I'd start screaming about the Saigon horror that bit my nose off.
Oh my God. Fucking
so good, man.
I've been watching a lot of Bob Saget and Norm Macdonald clips. Norm Macdonald had a podcast, and he always had Bob Saget on, and just the back and forth between those two, where Norm's trying to tell a joke, and Bob's just adding to the fact checking him. And so there's jokes I won't repeat, but
no, you can't.
Because
there's
because then there'll be
Blue Meanie says,
it'll be accredited to me, and where it's not my joke. So
listen, the Saigon thing, that was a quote from the Chris Farley line in Dirty Work. I did not make that quote up. Everyone calm down. No, what was the one? What was I going to say? There was something that they were just talking about. I read about Bob Saget this morning. Oh, Bob Saget had written Dirty Work 2.
Oh my God.
And had given it to Norm Macdonald before he died. And Artie Lang has a podcast now too. And he had Bob Saget on recently, within the past couple of months. And he was like, why did you do this? Artie's trying to be you knew he was, why would you make this movie? And Bob was just well, I wanted to do it because, nobody knew that Norm was dying. He's I knew something was wrong, but even Bob Saget, as close as they were, didn't even know he had leukemia, which is crazy. He no-sold it to everybody. But man, that would have probably been, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can capture lightning in a bottle again like that, but I'm sure with those guys, you probably could, right?
Yeah. And
I'm sure it would have been great.
I mean, Bob Saget dying was heartbreaking, but he died on his sister's birthday, his sister, maybe the pod squad could look it up. Bob Saget.
She had scleroderma.
Okay. That's what I was thinking of. He was huge into fundraising for that, because his sister, I think he was doing it before, and then his sister had it. But he always fought for that cause in his sister's honor. And he passed away on his sister's birthday, which is double heartbreaking,
Yeah. That's terrible. I had no idea.
Yeah. It's just one of those, isn't it ironic kind of moments, Yeah. Just I'm not making light. It just.
No. It's it's crazy, man. It's that concept of time, right? The idea that we have this infinite amount of time for everything, right? I have such a hard time wrapping my mind around that concept, and I'll be 37 this year. Where the hell did the time go?
I'm going to be 49, so
hey, you know what? But still, you're still meanie salting all over the goddamn world. All right, age is just a number. Thank you very much.
I have to kick my legs like I'm getting out of a pin just to get out of bed. Just
hey, but you know what? I saw you live at MLW. I saw you in that ring, man. You were still killing it, dude. You were still killing it.
That was all right.
You were killing it. And here's another thing that you were killing, as I can try to slide towards the microphone a little bit. I learned something about Meanie today.
Oh.
Would you like to know what I learned about Meanie today, friends?
Please do.
I learned that Blue Meanie challenged Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental title during his run with the WWF. I had no idea.
I did indeed.
How cool was that?
Very cool. Not only the challenge for the Intercontinental belt, but to wrestle Jeff Jarrett. Big fan of Jeff. Even before I got into the business, I went on several of those Memphis trips. Down there as a fan to watch and met Jeff, and Jeff was awesome. Jeff is funny. Jeff's hilarious. One of my favorite Jeff things is we're all around Jeff, on one of the Memphis trips. And, we're all from Philly. And Jeff's like, yeah, these guys are from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Because there's a Philadelphia, Mississippi, too, That's right. So that became the running joke. We're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, So I get into the wrestling business, meet Jeff, I go to WWE, and Jeff's a sweetheart of a guy, people have different opinions of him, but I've always enjoyed Jeff, being around Jeff. Me and Jeff have this inside joke, we both, in the 90s, Austin Powers was the big thing, and we always do the Dr. Evil thumb, like, $1 million. And that's like our thing. And we only do it to each other. We won't do it for anybody else. So if you're listening to this and you're out in the wild, I'm not going to do it to you. So do it, me, Meanie. No.
Not going to do it.
But that was so cool, and this is around the time where, I was kind of trying to become skinny Meanie. I was trying to lose the weight, and, I wanted to have a really good match. And it's impossible to have a bad match with Jeff Jarrett because the guy grew up in the business. He grew up around and in the business. So, he's third generation, So it was cool. It was a learning experience as well, from a timing standpoint, psychology standpoint, and stuff like that. And the fact that, the Intercontinental belt was on the line, which to me, that was like everybody wants to be WWE champion, but like the Intercontinental belt always had this distinction of being like the working man's title. You think of Savage Steamboat, you think of Don Morocco, Pedro Morales, so on, Pat Patterson, I wish Jimmy Snuka would have had a run with it, but Jimmy really didn't need a belt. He was his own attraction,
Yeah.
He was a self-attraction. But yeah, I was really cool, and I already had kind of like a distinction of being around the Intercontinental belt because I helped Goldust win the Intercontinental belt.
That's right.
The day after WrestleMania 15 on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went on that European tour, and he's defending the belt, and I'm just walking around ringside with the belt over my shoulder like I fucking own the fucking thing. So
now, how do you? Because again, as everyone knows who's listening to the show, I say this pretty frequently. I've never worked in the industry before. I'm just a fan who sits here with the Blue Meanie and talks about wrestling. How do you find out, like from Vince, right? How do you find out, like, hey, Meanie, you're up for the title? Is there like a storyline build? Obviously, that's a generalization, right? I'm just being a smart ass. But like, how do you find out? Like, how does that creative meeting happen? And like, what can you tell me a little bit more about the creative meeting about that? Like how you ended up there?
No, when you go to Raw, you call times 1 o'clock. You show up at 1 o'clock, and it's a whole bunch of hurry up and wait when you go to a TV taping. And then they have their production meetings. And then the producers come out and they have their lineup sheets, and you go up to the lineup sheet to see what you're doing. And I would say this was in Indianapolis, Indiana. I just saw it on the board, and you connect with Jeff. Hey, what do you want to do? And we really didn't talk that much about it, and we had a couple bullet points, and I think there was a point where I was going to go for the moonsault, and he's like, I'll sneak up behind you, give you the electric chair. I was like, excuse me, what's the electric? Because, for me, the electric chair was always the LOD thing, where you put the guy on your shoulders and the guy clotheslines you. but this is like a one-man version of that. I had never heard the term electric chair. So, that's about the only thing he really needed to explain to me. And I was like, okay. It was that. And then, Deborah comes up and I show her my puppies instead of, reverse psychology. And that's, what.
Of course.
I think that's inevitably, sorry, first day with the new mouth, cost me that match. He came over and
it looks,
did the faceplant gimmick. So
it looks like the date on that was July 17th, 1999. I'm trying to find exactly where it was.
Market Square Arena, I believe.
Looks like it was Shotgun Saturday Night was when it aired. But I think that clip made it. It was initially Shotgun, but I think it also did like something in other markets or something like that. It's on YouTube, but you go ahead and check it out on YouTube. It's definitely there. That's why I pulled it up. But that is really cool, though, man. That's for me. That would be a career highlight. You know what I mean? Like challenging for the belt. Like that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty dope.
From my perspective, I was marking out for several reasons. A, it's Jeff Jarrett. Or A, it's
right.
Intercontinental belt. B, Jeff Jarrett. A, or C, I'm horrible today. Market Square Arena, where they had the main event where Andre the Giant pinned Hulk Hogan they did the screw job with the Hebners.
Right. You're right.
The same building where they did the twin referees. If you want to go even deeper into that, that's where they shot the John Cougar Mellow Camp video for Check It Out, which I was a huge fan of back in the day. Just useless thing. I was tying wrestling and music all together.
And that's what we do here on Mind of the Meanie. But we do have a very important question from little Jimmy from Nebraska. Hashtag Sorensen level.
Yes.
There's been some conversation regarding Jeff Jarrett and his status as a member of the Four Horsemen. Do you believe, sir? Can we get you on record in saying whether or not you believe that he was a horseman? Because I know there is definitely heat. Obviously, you lost your Intercontinental match, so obviously there's heat for life, brother. What is your take on whether or not he was a horseman, and how cool would it have been not just to beat Jeff Jarrett for the title, but also to beat a horseman for the title?
I mean, Arn Anderson said he was a horseman, so if Arn says it, then it's gospel. If Arn Anderson tells you a cricket could pull a freight train, hook him up.
Yeah.
It's the gospel truth.
I'm certainly not gonna argue with Arn Anderson, but Meanie, there comes a time when you have to look at whether or not everything looks good while you're beating your own horseman. Cheers to 2022 and a resolution you can keep. How about having clean and shiny balls all year round? Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com right now and use promo code Meanie20 for 20% off and free shipping. It's a new year, new me with the global leaders in below the waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with the Performance Package 4.0 and their brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Inside this Performance Package, you'll find the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. The electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin, and the advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. It comes equipped with a 4,000K LED spotlight that will shine a light to the promised land that 2022 looks to be. And Meanie, as we talk about all the time, you don't want Little John and the East Side Boys looking like a button in a fur coat. Their advanced skin-safe technology and the light helps me shave and give a good, clean, and smooth cut when Courtney is ready to storm the castle. And sir, tell me a little bit more about how you have enjoyed Manscaped so far in 2022.
Dude, Manscaped definitely hooked me up. I got the lawnmower 4.0. I got the whole perfect package. Most recently, I got the crop mop, which is their dude. Their versions of baby wipes. Where if you're not feeling so fresh, go on and give the boys all, hey, how's your father? Kind of going over there. Give them a flyby with the crop mop.
Sometimes you need that, especially if you're at home. It's a sweaty night. The heater's moving a little bit. You're like, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to turn out.
You know,
Get that crop mop down there.
You give your finger
Get
to
it fresh and
flyby.
clean.
You give the finger a flyby, and you go, onion balls. But you know,
Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want that smell, man. You don't need that coming up, and you don't want to be turning off anybody while they're down there. Their new product also to keep you smelling fresh is their ultra premium body wash, which solves all 3 issues: chafing, smell, skin. All 3 issues are solved right in one shot. You can add it. It's the perfect addition to your daily grooming routine, but in the shower. Of course, I shower every day. Meanie showers at least once every couple of days, depending on when he's in there. But I know that he uses the body wash, and I hope everyone out there has proper hygiene as well. Showers every day. It's cologne infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturizer. Kick discomfort and poor hygiene to the curb this year, and use the best tools for the job. Whether your resolution is to work out more or to travel to new places, be sure to travel to manscaped.com right now. Manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping with the code Meanie20. Cheers to new balls in 2022. And Meanie, we should always cheer new balls, and you always want to practice safely while you're beating your horsemen. So, yes, I would go ahead and agree with you and say Arn Anderson, if he said he's a horseman, then he's a goddamn horseman. And there is no further discussion at that point. But no, I agree. I've always held the Intercontinental belt in a very high prestige as far as what I look at, title reigns and things of that nature. So I'm sure to even challenge, I know there's a lot of folks who say that like just being nominated for an award is sometimes better than actually winning it. But I would imagine you probably would have want to win that belt. That would have been pretty cool hanging up on the wall there behind your head.
Yeah.
Pretty rad, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is like, I'm a big belt mark, right? Like I love looking at belts like artwork, but I feel goofy. Me as a professional wrestler who's, performed in the ring, I would feel goofy, buying replica belts. But
right.
Of a belt I never won. You see all the guys with the guys who keep belts that they've won, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I got this. Hold on, let me reach off camera. This is why you gotta go to patreon.com/mindthemeanie. I got this ECW replica.
Ooh.
Of the one, Shane Douglas. When Shane Douglas threw down the NWA belt and he rose he lifted up the ECW belt. This is a replica of that.
Wow.
I have this replica because I was part of many of the ECW title matches. I got my ass whipped for a lot of, helping Raven defend this belt. That's why.
Yeah.
Another belt I would seriously consider getting a replica would be that version of the Intercontinental belt. Not because I held it, but A, I challenged for it, but B, because I challenged for it. I'm not bad with my help that today. But most importantly, I helped Goldust win that belt. I'm a part of that belt's history.
Absolutely.
And when he won it, I kind of celebrated a little bit too boisterously. Like he won the belt, he cut the promo, and I'm jumping around with the belt like I won the fucking thing myself. And we went to Europe. It was WrestleMania 15. We did that Raw. And then we flew to Germany and England. And I guess they were watching Raw on the bus. And there's 2 buses, heels and faces. And I got off the bus, and Steve Austin got off the other bus. And he goes, Meanie, that's Celebration. And we just both started laughing because we knew I was just way over the fucking top with it, jumping around like I was Judy Garland winning the fucking Oscar.
Just needed the ruby slippers on.
You love me. You really, really love me.
But you know what? You're playing it up though, man. That's your character.
Yeah.
That's the gimmick, brother. That's the way to do it.
A heel's a good asshole that you want to punch in the face.
Trying to get that heat, man.
Yeah.
Trying to get that, like our friend Bully Ray says, got to get that heat. Got to get that heat, brother. You know what else we need to do? We need to talk about this.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
We need to set up Pabst Blue Meanie is what we need.
Yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon's following all these wrestlers on Twitter, and they got no love for us yet.
They follow me, but...
What the hell, Pabst Blue Ribbon? I've been a loyal supporter for at least 15 years, 3 of which I wasn't even legal to drink. So you're welcome, guys.
But yeah, the Blue Meanie could use some Pabst Blue Ribbon swag.
Just saying, we even have a soundboard from the executive voice, Sam Krebs.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
So you go ahead and find us, Pabst Blue Meanie.
That's
definitely.
He sounds like a thought bubble, you know? If I just made a voice, if I made a face here of me rubbing my chin, and you just here, hold on, on the count of 3.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
All right, go ahead.
You jumped the gun.
Damn it!
I'm gonna sit here and inquisitively stroke my beard, and you hit that sounder. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
So if you want the visual of that, go to patreon.com/mind
of the meeting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chop that up and put that on the Twitter machine and tag them. So at least that way we can try to get our Pabst Blue Meanie. I feel like that sponsorship though, that collaboration writes itself though, right?
Let's make a quality one. Hold on. Okay,
let's do it.
I'm going 3, 2, 1. Then you go 3, 2, 1 in your head, and then hit the button. We're producing on the air. Hold on. So hold on. Let me get the mic.
Got it, man.
I'm going to push the mic away. Hold on.
You got it.
3, 2, 1.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
There we go.
Love it, dude.
Enough of the dead air.
Man. I love it. Yep. Enough of the dead air. But you know what it is time for, Meanie? It's time to ask Meanie anything. Would you like to do that?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at Mind of the Meanie and send us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie. Also, if you're in the Pod Squad, you can ask us questions early, and we will be sure to ask them on the show. Let's get into it here and see what we got going on. Looks like Little Jimmy's got something here as well. Let me just go back up and find it. There's a lot of questions. Yes, Little Jimmy, we would love to have PBR sponsor us on the show. So you guys go ahead and do your thing on the Twitter machine.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
And, yeah, seriously. Don't you test me. Friend of the show, Ringside Rant asks, Meanie, you're starting your own promotion.
I did.
Who's your heavyweight champion, your Intercontinental champion, your tag champs, and your women's champion?
From any era or from now?
Any era. I guess current. If he's asking if you're starting a promotion now, everyone's on the table. Who you going with?
Current women's champion would have to be Serena Deeb. I mean, she's the best woman wrestler right now, or one of them, you know. I don't want to piss off a whole, roster. That's another thing, You get the boys coming back. Oh, why didn't you pick me? World champion? In this current era, Matt Riddle.
Interesting choice.
I know Matt. I train Matt. I think he's one of the best, workers out there. Intercontinental champion. Who do we got? Kofi Kingston.
Solid choice.
Because, like I said, the Intercontinental belt's like the working man's championship. Everybody, the heavyweight championship was like, the big thing, but like the guys who can go, and Kofi can go. He'd be a great Intercontinental champion. Tag team. I mean, I like Otis right now.
The Alpha Academy.
Yeah, dude, they're great, and it'd be kind of a cop out to say them, but on this current roster, I would have to say they did the right thing with Alpha Academy, because I wish they could get like that third guy in the Alpha Academy, because I was a big fan of the Varsity Club. That was like one of the best factions to me. because it was legit. You know, Rick Steiner's a shooter. Dr. Death Steve
Yep.
Williams a shooter. Mike Rotundo's a shooter. You know, Alpha Academy could beat. And, you know, Team Angle, that was perfect.
Yep.
That was a perfect fucking trio right there. 3 legit fucking, the guys who looked the fuck apart. Alpha Academy, fucking amazing. You know, big fan of Otis. You know, big fan of that whole fucking thing they got going on there. You know, they made him clean cut, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Vader, you know.
Yeah, you know what? He kind of does, now that you mention that.
He's
Otis definitely has that Vader-ish quality to him where he could be a real shit kicker. Like a legit badass.
Otis is a Vader who washes his gear.
Was it really that nasty? I got to know. Adam from Downingtown wants to know. Was Vader's gear really that dirty?
I was never around, but, you know, the boys talk. The boys talk, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if it, like, you know, say if my gear was kind of like getting towards that, they're like, hey, man, you don't want that Vader heat, you know? Like, yeah. Don't come home from the tour, leave your bag by the door, and then pick it up on the way out. You know, wash that shit. You know, you got to wash that. Especially knee pads. Oof.
Oh, God, dude. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Barf.
Yeah.
Barf. Gross.
I'm my own best friend.
Hey, I love it. Sarah Walker wants to know, Meanie, would you ever write a book?
I need to. I've attempted it. You know, I have things written, but it's just a matter of how deep do I want to go, and how much do I really want to share? Because you know, you're peeling away wounds that have healed. And there's things I could say that might upset some people. And do I want to really go down that road? You know, there's some people who I have thoughts about that haven't said them to them. I've held, you know, I've sat on some shit. You know, people that, you know, shit that has offended me or you know, I took personally. That I was like, you know what? All right, you know, I'll let that slide. You know, they're thinking I let it slide, but you know, I kept receipts, and it's just a matter of, I'm kicking myself because I used to write a blog back in the day.
Yeah,
called the Meanie Message on the old Blue Meanie website, and I wish I still had those. Yeah, I can like pull from as, you know, references. Like, you know, the reason why Bret Hart's book is so awesome is he had a tape recorder and he would do like an audio journal at the end of the day. So he's given his direct thoughts into a tape recorder, and he kept those tapes, and that's what they pulled for, you know, the book. And that's why
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why his book's so fucking thick. You know, because he kept a journal every day. I wish I kind of did that, you know, but you know, it's cool to do a thing, but then your thoughts kind of get corrupted by watching things.
Yeah,
that the recorded memory overtakes your real memory in some ways. So yeah, I definitely want to do a book. I've had offers to do a book. There's a fella out there who does a lot of books with guys, and he does it in a way that it's mutually beneficial. And you know, like I said, I've been writing stuff. You know, it's just a matter, I gotta force myself to sit down and write and dig deep and go to a place I don't know if I want to go to. So
got to make that decision on your own.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, if you want to do it. I will tell you what, I would definitely read it though.
Thank you.
David wants to know, my brother David wants to know, we talked about William Regal last week.
Yes.
We talked about him being released from the WWE very suddenly.
Yes.
Do you think that he opens up another wrestling organization, or do you think he joins Impact, Ring of Honor, AEW, and he brings his insight into that company? Where do you think, I guess to sum up, where do you think William Regal is going to land after this?
I don't know if he would want to open his own. But I could definitely see him. I could see him taking some time just to relax for a moment, take it in, you know, have a breather, You know, he was with WWE for a solid 21 years. You know,
Yeah.
if he could just take time to hang out, you know, the thought just popped in my head. Kevin Nash was talking about how WCW closed and he still had his Time Warner contract. And he told his wife, I'm going to get paid $1 million a year just to sit on my couch and drink beer and watch wrestling on TV. He's like, it was the best year of my life. You know, because he got to fucking heal up and relax. You know, sometimes, you know, a moment away from the business can reinvigorate your passion for the business. I'm not saying Regal's lost his passion, but you know, just a moment to. I mean, when you're in the wrestling business, you're go, 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 go. You know, you don't have a time to like look around at things. So maybe he can just take this moment just to go, you know, take a breather. And then the world is his oyster. You know, he can literally have a choice of wherever he wants to go. I could see him going to Japan.
Yeah.
You know, going to Japan, working with their talent. I could see him working with AEW, you know. But, and, you know, there's always that forbidden door because Impact and AEW have that working relationship. But I could see him just, you know, maybe taking a couple months, you know, 6 months to a year just to chill out.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've said that, he'll be on, you know, AEW this Wednesday. Oh, really, Meanie? I'll show you.
I'm gonna make a fool out of you now, pal. Watch this.
That's how it goes. You know, people hear I make a prediction and then they go, "Oh, I'll show him up." But seriously though, I can see. You know, I loved working for WWE, but there's always that there's a pressure there that, you know, unless you've experienced it, you can't really explain it.
Right.
There's a sense of paranoia that's there, where you kind of question things you say before you say them. You know, I'm not saying Regal was in that position, but when I got released, I kind of felt like a weight come off my shoulders. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to quit. You know, there's people who are like, you know, when I left and I, you know, said things I said, they're like, oh, he couldn't hack it. That's why, you know, and they make it sound like I got fired, or they make it sound like you quit when you got fired. I was like, no, I got fired. I would still be showing up. You know,
I would still be there. Yeah, trust me, guys. I would be there.
I like to wrestle. I like to wrestle on a bigger scale. So, and
I also like to get paid. I also really enjoy paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those people who go, hey, have you ever thought going back to WWE? No, I'm allergic to money, pal. I'm allergic to money and success. Sorry.
And now, listen, Pod Squad, all the listeners out there, it is time to put Blue Meanie in the Hall of Fame. It is way past due. It is time this year, 2022, is the year to put the Blue Meanie. So get on the Twitter machine, get in your Twitter boxes and your emails and start flooding Vince McMahon with all kinds of stuff about the Blue Meanie joining the Hall of Fame.
Maybe if
he deserved it, friends.
Maybe if they do an ECW class, you know.
Oh, that would be rad, dude. That'd be really
the barely
cool.
legal pay-per-view class or something like that, you know.
That would be super cool, man. I have two more questions for you before we wrap up our show. 1K Watts wants to know, name your top 3 favorite restaurants in Philadelphia. And thank you.
Top 3 of... They're all fucking diners, probably.
Yeah, Continental.
Yeah, restaurant. What's this restaurant shit?
We're from Philly. We don't need a restaurants, God damn it.
Number 1's Oregon Diner. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I walk in. They
number 1 through 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have a fucking booth dedicated to me there, you know. So the other day I was indisposed and Mrs. Meanie wanted to run some errands, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to go to Oregon. I'm going to go to the Oregon Diner, have dinner. So she went in there, and they're like, "Where's Meanie?" It's just like, and she had to specify. It was Monday, so she had to specify. No, he's not at Raw. He's because I forgot WWE was in town. It was crazy. Not that I would go, But, here's the thing. I wouldn't go to sit there. I would go, hang out in the back, say hi to the guys. But she's like, no, he's not at Raw. So she had to cut him off at the path right there because, me and her are like, we're inseparable. It's like I'm going to date myself with this reference. Strange Brew. Did you ever see Strange Brew?
Yes.
When Bob and Doug McKenzie had to be separated for the first time in their entire lives, and they're just like, that's me and Tracy. That's me and Mrs. Meanie. We're together all the time. So, but I got off on some fucking side road there. Top 3 restaurants.
So Oregon Diner's number 1.
Yeah.
Easy,
It's a diner. It's not technically not a restaurant, but and I'm so bad. I'm a creature of fucking habit. I'll just do the same thing. So they asked me to name 3. Might be a stretch. There's a really good burger place on Patchogue Avenue called Punk Burger.
Yes.
It's P''UNK because it's a shrunken version of Patchogue. Which it's interesting listening to somebody from Philadelphia. If somebody not from Philadelphia to say Patchogue Avenue.
Yep.
I've heard
Patchogue.
I've heard Pussy Skunk.
That should be the name of the episode, but we never get it past the censors, so we're gonna have to find something else.
No, Punk Burger's really good. So Oregon Diner, if you want a really good burger, go to Punk Burger. Let's say a third. Well, it's not a restaurant. But me and Mrs. Meanie have been really into Indian food.
Nice.
So there's a place in South Philly called Curry Shack.
Okay.
And shout out to the Bollywood Blondes or the Blondes of Bollywood or the Bollywood Boys, whichever you prefer to call them. They've been putting over butter chicken on their Twitter feed. And,
I have seen that. Yeah.
So I was like, dude, you had me at butter, and then you roped me in with chicken. So I was like, I got to go have this butter chicken. So we went to, we found that there was a really good place that was nearest that closed. There's this one shop, there's this one corner property that's been a million different fucking pizza shops and at one point it was Indian food. And I was like, man, that's fucking genius. Yeah. There's a million mom and pop fucking pizza places in South Philly. And somebody opened up an Indian place there, and we're like in love with it. And of course, we fell in love with it, and they closed.
Yeah. So naturally.
So in South Philly, people go around and put flyers in your door or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, there's a new Indian place. So Curry Shack, they have one in South Philly, one in Center City. I mean, you can sit and eat, but we like to take out. I know. Yeah,
well, at least right now, like it's probably better to take out. But yeah,
as of now,
yeah.
If we're going to go out and have food outside of our house or have something to bring home, it's Oregon Diner. I love the Oregon Diner because you could have breakfast all day. I have the cheesesteak omelet with fried onions, peppered.
Oh, man, yeah. I was just looking up I just Googled it because I was trying to remember the exact, because every diner I feel like in Philly looks the same. Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, that's what I know. I've been there 100 times, and I was looking at the food. I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. I want to go to the Oregon Diner now.
My order's like off the menu. It's not there, but they can make it. I'm going to say it out loud, and I'm going to try to say it as how I order it to them, because I have to say it a certain way. Okay, cheesesteak omelet. Peppers and onions in the omelet and the home fries. Please cook the home fries well done. Wheat toast and a black coffee.
Oh, man. A man after my own heart, sir.
You have to tell them to cook the home fries well done.
Yeah.
Because then, you got to get them
a little crunchy, but soft on the inside. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great way to do it.
If you don't, it's just like a wet potato mess. You have to tell them, cook the home fries well done.
There's a specific way they do it. If you go to the right spot, they'll do it correctly, because it should be crunchy on the outside and just a little soft on the inside, not too hard, right? There's a right way to do it.
I learned from that because if you go to a place long enough, they tell you the insider shit. I used to get the turkey sausage. Like they did the round ones. They're like
the patties, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, if you order them, ask them to cook it on the grill. Because if not, they're going to throw it in a fucking deep fryer. And when it comes out, it's like eating a urinal mitt. It's like so hard. It's just like
the only thing that should be the only breakfast meat that should be put in the deep fryer is scrapple. Because then you get the nice crust on the outside and it's still nice and soft on the inside. That's the correct way to cook scrapple, is in the deep fryer.
Scrapple is like a Philadelphia delicacy. I don't think too many people.
Man, dude. There's
so many Philly things that like I brought, when I start traveling, I bring it up to like people in other cities. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah. We're heading to Pittsburgh this weekend, and I think I'm going to stop at the store and get some scrapple so I can take it out there, because I won't be able to. It's like an instinctual movement. Like I got to get something to have it out there, right?
Scrapple cooked where the outside's a little bit crispy with some eggs over easy.
Oh, so man.
You poke it with your toast and then you just,
mix it all up. Yeah, dude.
I like it. I like getting home fries. Get egg over easy. Put on top of your home fries. You poke the fucking egg and then the yolk goes all over the home fries and the egg. And
yep. So that's the spice of life right there, man.
Fatgasm.
Not that anyone asked, but I will tell you my 3 favorite places in Philadelphia.
Why not? Please.
So it's not restaurants. There are 3 spots. Revolution Taco, which is down on Chestnut Street, or Walnut Street rather, down in Philadelphia. Fantastic tacos, like just unbelievable. Best in the city as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Cuba Libre, which is actually the only restaurant on my list. It's down right on, where the hell is that? That's over at the Festival Pier area, I believe.
Yeah.
Incredible food. It's a little bit pricey, but it's fantastic.
Right.
Atmosphere, so good. But my favorite place in Philly to go to is Silk City Diner, right on 5th and Spring Garden. That is my haunt. If I'm going to get anything to eat in the city, you find me anywhere and I'm like, hey, I'm getting food in the city and I'm by myself, 11 times out of 10, you will find me at Silk City Diner having whatever I can eat off of that menu, because everything is fantastic there. So those are my 3 top spots to go to in Philadelphia. Meaning we have time for one more question.
Yes, sir.
And Andy Schlichter from the Pod Squad wants to know, what's the story behind the fake meanie you posted this week in your meme?
So
I believe that would be the Blue Tilly, if I recall correctly, right?
The Blue Tilly. This is a good story. So for those who haven't been on my social media, shame on you. Go to @Blue Meanie BWO on all.
Right now, as you're listening, go right now.
So it says the shopping cart, at the store be like, and there's 3 photos of me, Blue Meanie, and the 4th one is the Blue Tilly from TNA, from the Hardcore Justice pay-per-view. The story is they were doing the ECW tribute show in TNA Hardcore Justice, and they're bringing in a bunch of the boys to do the show. And Dreamer reached out to me. Hey, Meanie, we want to bring you in and bring in the BWO for the Hardcore Justice. I was like, yeah, cool. When is it? And he told me the date. And I was like, fuck, I can't do it. I was like, I can't do it because the next day, and I can tell you the date, August 9th, 2009, because that was Mrs. Meanie's birthday. I purposely booked a vacation to California for her birthday. And the pay-per-view was August 8th. So I go, hey man, look, could you guys help me fix my ticket, my plane ticket? We'll fly down to Florida the 7th, which would be Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Spend the night, do the pay-per-view on the 8th, and we can still fly out to California from Florida the 9th.
Right.
And they wouldn't do it. So,
TNA wouldn't do it.
TNA wouldn't do it. And here's the kicker. Bob Ryder, awesome human being. He was one of the people who helped spread the word of ECW. He would do live chats on the Prodigy internet service, live at the arena or whatever. And he got ECW out there, He owned a travel agency, and he's in TNA's office. They easily could have fixed my airplane ticket from Philly, Orlando, and then Orlando, California. And I would just kept my second portion of that, thing to fly home, from California.
Right.
Cost me, this vacation, it cost me like a couple grand, because we're going to stay out there. We're staying out there for a week, going around doing all the theme parks and everything. There's a, oh my God, Great Adventure, where Kiss filmed Phantom of the Park. We were going to go to that, but also, what was that Suzanne Summers show? It was on ABC, and they're on the roller coaster, and it looks like it's
Step by Step.
Step by Step filmed the opening on the roller coaster at that park. They also had a carousel ride at that Great Adventure. It's where, Vacation, when they're going to Wally World.
Yes.
That was the same park as well. And Van Halen used to play there all the time. So we definitely wanted to go to that. But there was a carousel there at that Great Adventure that was from where Mrs. Meanie was from in Connecticut, Milford, Connecticut. It was like, Milford was like this place in Connecticut where they had like amusement rides and stuff like that. And then they eventually sold off parts of the carousel to different theme parks. One of those being Six Flags. So our whole purpose, one of our main purposes for this trip was to go to that park and for her to ride that carousel that came from her hometown.
Right.
Which we did. But yeah, TNA wouldn't budge on the ticket. The owner, Panda Energy, millionaire, who wanted to, do a pay-per-view based on ECW.
But wouldn't pay for the fucking Blue Meanie to come. Okay. Sure. Fine.
We're
all good here. We're all fine here.
Yeah. They had me, they went and filmed an interview with Todd Gorner to play on the pay-per-view, and they had me film a thing, live to, the play at the arena. But they didn't want to, something that could cost them, a couple, it wouldn't cost them anything. It would have been a tax write-off.
Maybe a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, this was around the time where I started saying, I got to do shit for me. I sacrificed so much for the wrestling business. My grandfather was dying. I was at wrestling school. My grandmom died. I was at the Hammerstein Ballroom for ECW. I missed so many things. And, to do something special for Mrs. Meanie, to fly her to California for her birthday and have a vacation out there, I wasn't fucking going to sacrifice that,
No.
So,
you made the right call.
So,
you made the right call.
But what they did, the question was, who was that guy? There was a guy who was like a security guy there for TNA. I guess his name was something Tilly. I forget his first name. His name's
Big. The guy's name was Big Tilly.
Big Tilly. So and I have no heat with the guy.
That was my next question. It was how did you feel about the Blue Tilly?
I had no look. The guy, they didn't. It wasn't his fault. It's like here's a if you're if a girlfriend cheats on a boyfriend, everybody gets mad at the guy she cheated with. It's like, why get mad at the guy?
Yeah.
She's the one who put the guy in the position to be there. Be mad at the person who put you in that position. So I wasn't mad at Tilly, the Blue Tilly. I wasn't even mad. It was laughable. I was like, if I could be in the equation, if I was mad, be mad at TNA because they put that guy in that position. The guy was just doing something cool. Yeah, so I have no issue with him, but I saw that meme. Somebody sent me that meme, and I popped. I was like, I got to share this. So
So good, man. It was so good. And it is always good to be here with you, the Blue Meanie, for another exciting trip through the mind of the Meanie. Tell everybody where you can find... Wait, let's do it one more time for the Pod Squad.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
And we will hopefully, in the next couple of days...
Broke my beard.
In the next couple of hours, hopefully, Schlichter has already created the Pabst Blue Meanie t-shirt that can be found at prowrestlingtees.com/mind of the Meanie. Where can you find us? Where can you find you? And maybe we'll get the sponsorship. Maybe we will. I'm hoping we will, Pabst. I hope you're listening.
I fucking dare you. We'll call it.
I fucking double dare you.
I want to call the episode PBR. We fucking dare you. You can find me, the blue guy, the Blue Meanie, at all across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Blue Meanie BWO. You can find Mind of the Meanie on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. Or if you want to support Mind of the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. If you want a cameo, well wish, happy birthday, happy divorce, whatever, go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO.
And if you'd like to follow me and support my other program called Foundation Radio, you can go to find me on Twitter and Instagram at This Is Goober. You can also follow Foundation Radio at FND Radio Pod on Twitter. I also have my own Pro Wrestling T-shirt business show shop, whatever the fuck it's called. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. Pick yourself up a swag first day with my new mouth here as well. Pick up your shirt there to support the program. Meanie, it is always a pleasure to be doing this with you and always a pleasure to see the Pod Squad. You guys are wonderful. Don't forget patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Go sign up right now. You can watch us film the show live every single week when we record. You can also get the hallway episodes that we do at the beginning of the show. And you can hear the stuff we talk about early, that we talk about on the show. You can hear it before we record it. Anyway, it'll be fun. It's a good time. There's lots of levels you can do. And don't forget, there are very limited amounts of the Blue Meanie Josh Chernoff 2-pack action figure left. Like, we're talking like less than 20 at this point.
Yeah.
Very, very, very minimal left. So go right now to mindofthemeanie.com. Click on the link to pick up your action figures. They have both the signed and unsigned versions. Go right now and get yourself a pack there because they will not last long and they're not going to be made again. So go get them right now, mindofthemeanie.com. Meanie, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. For the Blue Meanie, I'm Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie.
Blue World Order.
Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie was recorded and produced by Adam Barnard and was engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional production and narration provided by Sam Krebs. Our executive producers are Josh Chernoff, Adam Barnard, and the Blue Meanie. Our opening theme is performed by the Swamp Candles. Our closing theme is performed by Chikara. The show contains original music produced by Enrichment. Get additional bonus content by becoming our patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. This has been a Butts Carlton media production in conjunction with the MLW Radio Network. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?
The world of MLW Radio never stops.